Well, hello and welcome back to the Bob Ross of Minecraft. My name is Peter. I'm the Bob Ross of Minecraft. Yeah, we're surviving and thriving some more today. We've got, oh my goodness, we've got so many things. We're gonna, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get rid of some things. I'm gonna teach you how to get rid of things. Don't want that old stone pickaxe anymore? No problem. Stand near lava, but not in it. And press down on the direction pad. In it goes, never to be retrieved. It burned up. How about these? That's right, we can toss this zombie flesh right in, no problem. Now, if you accidentally toss your diamond pickaxe in, well, you'll be in trouble. There's no getting it back. We don't want the spider eye. That could be useful later, but it's not right now. Is there anything else we could get rid of? Probably. We could combine these copper pickaxes. Now that we have an iron one and a diamond one, I'm not too concerned about oversimplifying that. So let's do that. And we, between episodes, I picked up a bunch of obsidian. Now we have 16, as you can see right here, 16 of those, which is very good news for us. Now we could go that way. And maybe I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so if you place and pick up water very quickly, you can not have it spread out all ugly like it did over there, but in fact just a little bit. And this comes in handy for making little bridges, little paths. Now, the lava is a great source of light down here, so we don't want to accidentally take out all the lava and make it dark. Because, see, nothing's going to spawn here as long as it's light. Maybe things could spawn there. Maybe. But look, this goes deeper still. And in fact, I think I see some more diamonds. Right next to that witch that just spawned. Right beneath my cursor and above my shield right now. Yeah, there. And if I go just a little bit left. Yeah, there was a witch there. So we'll keep this in mind for the future, but not right now. Right now it's a bit too dangerous. We're going to leave this here so we can remember that we were here if and when we visit this area again. And now we have a full inventory and we need to get out. We need to get back with our stuff. We need to not let ourselves die and all this to go to waste. Now what we could do is we could build a chest and put the stuff in a chest, and then try to get home and see if we make it or not. The bad part, the good part about if we don't, is our stuff doesn't go everywhere like it would if we died holding our stuff. It just kind of explodes everywhere, and then you gotta go pick it up. I do not feel like this is very safe. And I kind of want to feel like it's a little more safe than it is. It's a little better. A little better. Maybe nothing will find us and pathfind to us now. With the exception of possibly down here. Man, that's an Enderman. This is an amazing cave. But we're not exploring right now. We're getting our valuable stuff home. That's what we're doing. Operation Get Valuable Stuff Home. Ooh. You can jump across that. Place a torch there so nothing spawns in here later. Place a torch here because it's kind of dark. And, oh my goodness, look, we're already partway up. And there's lapis. And we do have a couple of empty spots in the old inventory. So let's mine this. We can mine this with copper, actually. So let's not waste our iron pickaxe's durability. And I do hear a zombie. And we get a bunch of lapis lazuli from those two ores. That's great. Okay. Blocks, water, food, torches, weapons, empty spot. That's fine. Okay, actually, you know what we could do? I have lost track of where we were and where we are. We can jump down here and into this water and not take any fall damage. Which is quite nice, quite nice. And then up here is our spot. Our more thoroughly explored spot. Here comes a zombie from the depths. Took a little bit of fall damage there, didn't he? Do you know what that is? Oh man. It's a potato. That sounds like it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal. Potatoes are a great source of food. And easier to manage than like beef. Oh man. Okay, we got some good stuff here. We got our shield. Got our best sword out. Let's just see what happens if we swim up here. Oh, it's getting dark. There's a creeper. Where's our spot? Up here? I think we're okay for now. I don't want to waste too much time spreading light because we may invite semi-nearby spawns to create trouble for us. So I'm just going to keep swimming up. Otherwise the skeleton's going to shoot at us and create trouble for us. I'm going to try to read the flow of the water here. Okay, good. So when we first came down, what we were trying to do is get to where we just placed torches, and we accidentally ended up another layer deeper. It worked out for us, but now I think we should be in our kind of relatively safe zone here, yeah. Except for this big ol' slime that wants to get us. Hello, slime. Would you like me to stone sword you? Now, I'm a little weird with my management of stuff. I'm going to be using the stone sword because I don't view this guy as a threat, and I don't want to wear down my iron sword faster than I need to. But, I don't know. Feel free, because right here's another sword's worth of iron right here. So it's not like it's a huge deal. Whoop, whoop. Did we get that iron? I hope so. Peter, don't you hear those slimes? Aren't you afraid of them? No, because remember, the smallest ones can't hurt you. Even when there's this many of them. Another fun fact about these small guys is you could take them out with the wimpiest possible imaginable hit. Just a fist. One hit with a fist. Or a slime ball, which is what they drop, by the way. The medium ones drop small ones, and the big ones drop medium ones of themselves. But the small ones drop slime balls, which can be used in recipes later on, although I tend not to, and I spy with my little eye a little more iron. I'm gonna grab that. Don't fall. It fell. Should we go get it? Is it not worth it? It's one iron. Let me get this one. May or may not be worth going down here. Let's do it anyway. I feel a little reckless. It's right here. I'm gonna place light as soon as we can. Whoop, whoop. So this is the layer we missed earlier. Just gonna spread a little light around. That's a witch. That is a witch. We do not want to draw the attention of witches or skeletons or anything else. So we're out of here. We got our iron. We're out of here. Okay, that's enough of that. We're not going to spend any more time underground in this episode, I don't think. Instead, we're going to take our goodies and go above ground and do some good, fun above ground stuff. This is a fun world. It's just a normal difficulty, vanilla survival. Here's our way out. World on Nintendo Switch 2. Although, still at this point, that's no different than Nintendo Switch regular. I wonder when the devs are going to give a Switch 2 version that has better render distance, etc. A chance. A dev. Okay, we need some space. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to move those torches with those torches. We're going to use up our last stick to make just a few more torches. So then sticks aren't a separate thing. They're just in with the torches down there. And we're going to plant our potato. But we need to make a chest, and we have just enough birch left to do that. 8 of those can become one of these, just like a furnace, but with wood. And we're going to set... Where are we going to set this? On top of this one. That still opens, believe it or not. But now we have room to put some of these things away, including things we're probably not going to use anymore, which is going to buy us a lot of room. We're still going to use the stone hoe, I bet. String, iron, food, spare that. We want our sticks back. We can make more sticks out of this. Here's the thing we want to do, though, is we want to plant this potato. And in fact, do we have any bones? We've got these 2, and we've got these 3. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with these bones and this potato. You can make crops grow faster with bone meal, and bone meal is something you can craft from bones. I'm not looking around as carefully as I should be. We're going to replant here. Wheat, seed, plant, wheat, seed, plant, wheat, seed, plant. Okay, then we're going to plant our potato. That's a different crop. That's what it looks like when you plant it. If you put bones in your crafting interface, you can make bone meal, 3 per bone. And if you bone meal a plant, it grows. That's not fully mature yet. Now it is. That's what a fully mature potato looks like, okay? Strike that, get multiple potatoes. You have a chance at multiple potatoes, a pretty strong chance, but you might even get 3 or 4. Okay, so now we can go like this, and we have 2 potatoes. And we're gonna bone meal that one, and now we have 3 potatoes. And you can just hold this button down, and you won't accidentally bone meal a fully mature plant, so don't worry about it. Now, we picked up some potatoes. Also, a poison potato, see that? Poison potatoes are useless, but I think they're kind of cool. You can save all your poison potatoes in one chest. And then you know kind of how long you've been going in the world. Okay, we have 1 bone meal left. I'll show you what 1 bone meal can do to a sugarcane that's 1 tall. Boom, 3 tall, instantly, which is the max. Now the way I like to harvest these is I punch them at their height 2, whether they're 2 or 3 tall, then you don't have to replant at all. It's cool that you can just harvest the top of them. Okay, so now we have potatoes and wheat, which is really, really good. We'll eat the potatoes ourselves. We'll feed the wheat to the cows to make them reproduce. We're going to need more cows if we want a good supply of beef and leather. Hello, cows. Listen, I've got enough of this to make you guys excited, but we need to build a spot for you. Let's make it here. I'm going to put a fence around this, but we're going to dig a little further this way. And we're going to replace some of this with cobblestone. You know, I think we could even do this back wall out of wall as well, and then we'll just put fences on a couple of sides here. How much room is enough room for animals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so if we put fence here, yeah. Okay, we're gonna want stone there. And we're gonna want this lower. Okay, so we need to make some fence. Here's how we're gonna make fence. We're gonna make all of the oak, all of it. And then we're gonna remember what it takes to make a fence. So a good way to do that is to make just the minimum amount of sticks. And then I think you put sticks here. And planks here. And it doesn't take all those, it only takes 2. Right, so you could go like this. Okay. And that makes 6 of those. So we're gonna need more. That made 6, right? So that'll make 6 more, up to 12, up to 18, up to 24. And that might be too many. So let's put 2 here. Then 5 each here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too many on the left, but that's okay. I won't use them all. Okay, so instead of 24, we have 21, which I think is okay. Let's stick the extra sugarcane in here for now, along with our poison potato. And then let's put up some of this. We're gonna have it this big. Like this. And then maybe we'll make these stone and these dirt. Not going to need an axe for right now unless we make a mistake. Yeah, that'll make it easy for us to get in. I don't know how we're going to get out. Okay, let's grab some cobblestone. Yeah, we don't need access to the wheat yet. So I'm thinking it'll be something like this. So where the fence touches the wall, it's stone. Okay, can we get out here? No, and neither can the animals. But do we want, will that look weird? We're gonna want it to go in at least a little. And we're gonna want this block to be cobblestone. So it's like that over there. Okay. So this, and this, and I think that should be it. Okay. So now we can do this in such a way where we can let them out. However, no, I was going to say they could get up here, but they can't. Okay, guys, you ready for more room? There you go. Enjoy your extra room. I'll build a little roof for you guys at some point. Do we want this to be grass instead of stone? Maybe. We also could make a cave back here with like a fire in it. So they could be warm, you know, at night or whatever. But that's kind of future stuff. Okay, sheep, it's time for you to go. They can't get out. Good. Okay, so guess what? Guess what, guys? One for you and one for you. Now, if two animals love you at the same time, they might love each other. And result in a little baby! A little baby cow. That's adorable. Okay, the easiest way for us to be able to get out of here is to place a block that's one away so we can jump. Because fences are 1.5 tall and you can't jump over them. But we can jump over it from that height. And look, it's becoming night. We better sleep. Is our back door closed? Yes, it is. Okay, I feel safe enough, safe enough. Okay, so now we have a legit cow farm started. Our 2 cows have turned into 3, and our sheep remains there and shearable, and this dirt is going to turn into grass over time, which is great. Let's add some lighting. Maybe here and here, and we can do something to make this nicer at some point. Another easy way for us to get in is to kind of jump around right here. But let's even this out a little bit, and then we'll put some light in the back corners for these guys here. Okay, your home, it's not amazing, but it's better. We'll build a roof over half of it at some point. We'll reinforce this. This looks like it's going to collapse in on them. It won't. That's not really a thing in the game, but you know, part of the fun is acting like it's more real than it is. You know what I mean? Let's cut down this tree with our golden axe. And then I think we should take the boat out, straight from our spot. Now, we have a stone hoe, and I wouldn't mind kind of using it up. We can wait for these leaves to decay and give us saplings, or we could punch them with whatever, and that takes time. Or you can hit them with the hoe, and they go really fast. The hoe is basically for mining leaf blocks and tilling dirt for a farm. And eventually we'll have a bigger farm field. I think this is going to be our building area, at least our early game building area, is this flat clearing here. It's not super attractive, but it's a good spot to start. So soon-ish, multiple episodes from now, we'll move out of our little cozy home over here, and that'll just be our mine shack and tunnel entrance to access our first garden. Now, sometimes trees will drop apples. Apples are nice. You can eat apples. I kind of save those in a lot of my worlds the same way that I save poison potatoes, just to kind of get a picture for how long I've been in the world. If I have a double chest full of apples, that means I've harvested a lot of oak trees. A lot of oak trees. But we're clearing a little more land here. Here's a tip for you. One way you can clear land is by putting down water. That water will take out all those grass plants. But one weird thing about the way water flows is it won't just flow straight out in every direction like that if it's near low ground. Instead, it'll flow only that direction. So it's, the water's smart enough to not flow this way, which is kind of weird. But see how we're clearing this out? This is a good way to clear this out. We could pick up this flower. Whoop, I set that on top of a grass plant, weirdly enough. Trying to pick up the things inside of here. This leaf litter, we could put that in the furnace as fuel. It's nice to get these flowers though, instead of let them despawn. We could plant flowers. They clog up your inventory pretty fast. You can see orange tulip, pink tulip, poppy, dandelion, daisy, red tulip, azure bluette. White tulip, they don't stack. So they clog up your inventory pretty quick. But we could plant some flowers over here, like by where we planted these things. And that'd be real nice. Let's do that, in fact. Let's plant a poppy there, and a poppy there, and an orange tulip there, and there. And how about a white daisy? There and where? Here? It just looks a little more intentional. Maybe you don't want to waste any time doing this in your Minecraft world. That's totally understandable. You don't have to. We're going to get rid of this. Whoops. That was very loud. Did not mean to pick that guy up. How about there, and how about here? Now you can just get rid of them or throw them in a... Hello, cow. You didn't escape, did you? No. You just spawned. Well, I'm sorry to say, cow, but I gotta take you out. I gotta get a leather and a beef from you. I don't have beef with you, but I do have beef from you, which is nice. Okay, before we do more, let's talk about slabs. Okay, we're gonna put some spare stuff away here, including the obsidian for now, I think. We'll put the wood there, along with this wood. This is quite nice, quite nice. Slabs, right? Oh, and we wanted to replant our oak saplings. So let's go ahead and do that as well. And we'll take a little bit more cobblestone. It's nice to have a stack-ish. Okay, so if I take 3 cobblestone, this works with a lot of kinds of blocks, but we'll start with cobblestone, and I drag them like that, we can get slabs. And slabs are interesting because it's a half block. So I'll show you what I mean. If I take a dirt block and I set it here and I destroy this one, ow, I can get hurt again. See that? But look, I could place a slab here and it's half the height of a regular block and it prevents me from walking onto the fire. Now you can place a slab on the top of a block or on the bottom of a block. See that? It's kind of nice. Now, because this is the bottom of a block, nothing can spawn here. So it's spawn proof, which is kind of cool. But I want to put this one up here because this will prevent spawns up here anyway. It's too light, and it's just a little bit more space for the fire than that dirt block was. Ooh, look. A sheep. Should we get him? Let's not. I feel bad for him. Let's instead clear some more land. And then we'll plant some oak trees. Clearing land, planting oak trees, because we got a bunch of these, right? And we're going to keep needing more wood. So we'll just kind of move in a circle here. We'll pick up these grass seeds that we didn't get before. There. Now we have 9 oaks. Now you could bone meal those saplings as well. Oh, look, bees. See, there's a beehive right there. And those bees just went into it. But this bee is like, look at this flower. I love it. And now it's got pollen on its butt. It didn't have that before. And it just popped into that hive there. And look, honey's dripping out. You can actually make like a honey farm if you want. And the bees won't attack you unless you provoke them, which is good to know. I don't like bees. I'm kind of afraid of them. So it's good to know. Is this dark down here? Is there bad stuff down here? Did I do this like way early on? I think I did. Yeah, and there's a spooky cave noise. Okay. So we talked about slabs. We've done some good stuff. Some good stuff in this episode. Interesting thing about flowers to note is they don't plant right in the center of the block. See how that's off center? But they also don't plant in the same spot every time too. So see how that's kind of in the top left corner? Now if I plant it again, well, it did it again. But if I plant it again, well, it did it again. If I plant it again, well, maybe it does the same spot every time, but it won't do it on this block or on this block. It's always a little different. See that? That's down there. So I don't know what decides where it's going to go. Yeah, but if you don't like where it is, then put it on a different block, I guess. I kind of didn't like where that one was. It's crowding the door too much. Okay. Do we have everything we want for our adventure? Well, we don't have enough inventory space. We're going to get rid of some of this stuff. And look, our chest is full again. Okay. Dirt blocks are fine. We don't need to bring the shears or the... Man, good grief, we're out of space again. Now, I could do this. Then we have a little more space. We could eat this apple. And then we'll have a little more space. I don't think we need to bring the shears with us. We could get rid of this stone stuff. Or like, you know what? Like we have leaf litter here and here. So we could combine these. Or better yet, we could put them both in here. And then, I don't know, we could put one of these raw meats in here as well, and that'll just get added to our inventory without taking up any additional space. Okay, are we okay with a copper sword and a copper shovel and a copper axe? I think we are. We do have enough to make another shovel. Certainly. I don't think we need it right now, though. Oh, look, and like, see, we're not doing this very efficiently. We have lapis in here and in here. It doesn't need to take up 2 spots. It could take up 1 like that. So, good to know. Give me this extra meat. We don't have our boat. I think we left our boat out here, didn't we? Okay. We'll check on our plants here. Some of this wheat is harvestable. We could save that though. Oh, look, and the moon is coming up. All right, so one more night of sleep, and we'll set out. We'll set out in the daytime. Sleep. Sip of water. Okay, so if you're going to go on an adventure, bring wood, bring blocks. I have 2 stacks. That might be overkill. Bring water, bring food, some torches. I like to bring torches, sticks, and coal. We don't need the shears. Bring a lot of inventory space. It's smart to have a bed, I think. I think it's smart to have a bed. And to have it on the hotbar. Right? And the diamond pickaxe might be a mistake to bring with us. Yeah, I think it is. So we're going to leave that behind. It's not a place we could put it. Okay. And now we're ready. We're ready to go. Okay. So into the boat. We're going to travel in this direction. This is Z positive. Or, sorry, X positive, which is quite clearly east since the sun is rising here. And I like to go into third person. Now, look at that. There's a light there. That's cool. We could harvest that, couldn't we? And there might even be a chest down there. Let's leave it for now, though. We're just going to try to go straight east in such a way that our home is like right behind us. And there it is. I see it receding in the distance. And we'll go to the third person view here so we can kind of keep an eye beneath us for anything interesting. It's just a lot of ground and seaweed right now. We'll also, of course, check on the horizon from time to time, as well as to our left and right. There's a dolphin. It's nice. Just to see if there's anything we're missing. But yeah, we could find, we've only really dealt with oak and birch trees so far, but there are other kinds of trees in the game, so we might hit a landmass over here that has different kinds of trees. Or other surprises that have not been covered in this guide so far, that I don't necessarily want to give away. Look, it gets a little shallow right there, doesn't it? And then it gets deeper again. Right. It's been a lot of, I see like cod and salmon spawning and stuff and some dolphins, but no land. We're covering a lot of blocks. We started out at x equals negative 400. Now we're at x equals positive 200. So we might go a while before we see something. I don't know. I'm going to take a sip of coffee though. Take advantage of this opportunity to do that. And, boy. Oh, there's land. Is it land or is it just a little bit of sand? I don't know. Let's check to the right and left. Or a little bit of dirt and that's it. Not much of an island. Kind of tempted to plant a tree there. I don't think we have any saplings though, do we? No, we do not. Sorry, tiny island. I'm glad we didn't spawn there. That'd be a tough spot to survive from, let alone thrive. But it can be done. Can be done. It's just more difficult. Oh, there's land. Will it be more land? Yes, it looks like it will be. Oh, quite a bit. I see a lot of sand here. Oh, but not too much. Oh, and this is a new kind of tree. Okay, we'll go around this little island here. And we'll remember that this island is from whence we want to launch. It's not quite z equals 0. It's more like z40 something. Yeah, these are acacia trees. They're gray with like a kind of a vivid interior. And they grow funny. They don't grow straight. It's kind of meant to look like a acacia tree in real life. A bunch of acacia trees. It's an acacia biome. Okay, so in the next episode, we're going to explore over here and we're going to see if we can't pick up some goodies and bring them back to our base. That should be a fun time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time in the Bob Ross Minecraft. Goodbye.